everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to review the Google UX Design Professional course. Actually, I wanted to create a blog post for this review, but I figured that I think video would be more interesting. I just feel like more people are watching rather than like reading stuff, so that's why I thought maybe I should put this up as a video. I've actually completed the course, like the whole 7 course. I've completed all of them, and I'm gonna tell you guys what my thoughts and if this is like right for you and stuff like that. So what is the Google UX professional course? So this is actually a course that lets you to learn more about UX design, and they also teach you how to do user interface design as well. So basically this course is like for you if you are someone who wanted to be a UI UX designer, or if you just wanted to be a UX designer. So this professional course offers you a certificate. Well, actually not a certificate, actually it has in total 8 certificates. Each of them are quite different, but ultimately like the most important certificate is the end of the course certificate, so which means that you have completed all 7 courses. That's why you get the final certificate. So that's the most important one. But if you cannot finish the entire 7 course, you can also get certificate for each course. So for example, you just finished course 1 and 2, then you're gonna get 2 certificates, which is for course 1 and course 2. So as I mentioned, there are total 7 courses. Throughout each course will last for about 4 to 7 weeks. Well, what I mean by last is that they design it to be last like 4 to 7 weeks, but actually it really depends on you. In order to get the certificate of each course, you actually have to finish like this kind of test. So there are probably about 2 types of tests throughout these 7 courses. So the first is a quiz. So of course quiz, like normal, you answer the question. All the questions are multiple choices. And then the second type is the peer graded assignment. So peer graded assignment, basically it means that you will do some assignment and then you submit it to Coursera, so your peer will be the people who grade your assignment. So yeah, that's basically how to complete each of the courses. And then as I mentioned, at the end of the course you will get a badge of completion. So that badge of completion is actually the most important one. So throughout this course, actually there are several different instructors. If I am not mistaken, I think there are like 6 or 7 different instructors, but to be honest, they're all pretty much the same. So there's no like, oh, this course is the best instructor or something like that. They're all the same. Let's talk about the good and the bad of this course. I don't actually wanted to say there's a bad, but unfortunately, like everything in this world, there's the good and bad. So let's just deal with that, okay? So we're gonna talk about the goods of this course. So the first one is that it is absolutely beginner friendly. So if you are like thinking like, oh, I wanted to be a UI UX designer, but I'm so confused about the software, I'm so confused about like what is user research and stuff like that, don't worry, they will tell you step by step how to do it. They will actually, like, even for me, I feel like the way they explain it very clearly. If you are a beginner, don't worry, you're not gonna be like lost or something like that. And then at the same time, they also give you templates which you can download, and then they also give you like an example, like how to fill in those templates, what kind of content should go there and stuff like that, and how do you fill in those templates. There's also an exemplar activity, so which means that after you completed your own activity, they will give you an example of what is a good submission looks like. So from there you can see like, oh, if what you have done is a good one or not, stuff like that. So yeah, it's actually a very beginner friendly, so I recommend you guys who are a beginner to just go ahead and try it. And then the next positive about this course is that it is so clear. Like for me, I actually joined this course because I have no idea how to do user research, like the proper way to do user research. Like I've heard about it, but I'm like not sure what is it, like how is it like and how to do it and stuff like that. So when they explain it, it's actually very clear. And then the third positive about this course is that it helps you to actually get a project. So again, like if you're someone who is beginner, or maybe you have never have any work experience at all, all, then don't worry, this course will actually encourage you to make your own assignments. So you will have a project to work on. Well, actually throughout this entire course they will give you like 3 different projects, and the thing is that in terms of your portfolio, it doesn't have to be like real project that someone paid you or someone hired you, stuff like that. Like it can be something that is fictional, as long as the process is real, as long as you, for example, you actually interview the users, or maybe you actually create the affinity diagram and stuff like that. As long as the process is real, that you actually did it, then it's still valid. Like employers will still see it as something that is valid. Like they know that, okay, you have this certain knowledge, you have this certain skill. So yeah, don't worry, even though these projects that they will ask you to do are fictional, don't worry, you will actually do great for your portfolio. And then the last positive about this is that there are both readings and videos. So I'm not sure if this is like the common way in digital learning, because I have learned in other platforms in the past and they're all more like videos and videos. I mean, of course there are like transcripts, but it's just videos and videos. The great thing about this course is that it has the both video and reading material. So if the video is unclear, like you don't get how they talk and stuff like that, there's also the written version, which is like, in my opinion, is like a lot clearer and it's a lot simpler. And then we move on to the bad things about this course. The first bad things about this course is that some courses can be quite repetitive. Like for example, I feel like, if I am not mistaken, course 5, 6, and 7, they're quite repetitive. For example, like the user research, they actually have taught that, I think, in course 2, and then I don't know why, but it was repeated again in course 5, 6, and 7, because 5, 6, and 7, if I'm not mistaken, they have like different projects. So each that different projects, they introduce you to the user research again, which have been introduced in the course 2. So I thought, like, is this something like an advanced version from the course 2? But when I read it, like when I watch the video and then I read it, it's like, well, it's the same. But I guess when they give this repetitive exercise, you kind of have to get used to it. So it's like trying to get you used to the practice on how to do user research and how to do usability testing, how to do prototyping and stuff like that. And the second one is this is actually like completely personal opinion. Like they teach you how to use Figma, which is one of the course. To be honest, I used Figma in the past, but I didn't have like much impression because I was just like testing around. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of the same like Sketch, but it's just that it has several new features that Sketch don't have. In this professional course, they actually force you to like create a project with Figma, like an intense kind of project. Like it has minimum like 3 screens, 4 screens, and then you have to prototype them and stuff like that. So it's like you actually need to create a project with Figma, and this is the only time where I was like really working intensely with Figma. And then I found out that I do not like Figma. I know that a lot of designers out there love Figma so much, like they just absolutely love it, they glorify it, but I don't know why. But for me, when I use Figma, there are some small details that really annoys me. And like, of course they are fixable. Like I can Google it and I know how to fix it, like it's fine. But it's just that every time I created a project, I have to fix it, and then every time I create an artboard, I have to fix it again. Like it's just tiring. Like it just slows down the way I work. Figma and Sketch, there's the good and bad as well. Like I know that in Figma it's free and then you get a lot of great new features. Like I know that there are some positives, but for me personally, I still would rather pay money for Sketch just because it has much better detail into the settings. Like the default settings are just a lot better than Figma. And again, just my opinion. If you guys love Figma, then yeah, you do you know. Okay, and then the next bad thing about this course is that I don't know, I'm just quite annoyed with the peer review. Like, that's all. Like, as I mentioned, some courses they will let you complete with just quiz, but some courses you have to submit a peer assignment. The peer assignment is the one that actually kind of annoys me, to be honest. The reason why it annoys me so much is because I have actually seen some people that are graded unfairly. Like, some other people, they don't know how to grade. Like, I don't know why they don't know how to grade, or they just overlook things. So like it or not, that's the grade you get, and like you can't do anything about it. So like, if you fail because let's say both of the graders don't know how to grade properly, then well, that's the reality. Like, I've seen that happens to some people, because we have like a discussion forum in that course itself. So you can basically start a thread and get comments and stuff. Yeah, I do feel it's kind of bad that they have this peer graded assignment, because other people sometimes they don't know how to grade, and then at the same time like, it doesn't really happen to me, to be honest. It could happen to me, it could happen to you guys, it could happen to anyone. And then at the same time, in peer graded assignment, the scoring rubric is like pretty low and pretty basic. It's the way they score you is just that is this available in the content, like, do you wrote this, do you wrote that. As long as that's available, like, that's it, you get a score. So it doesn't actually like grade the quality of what you wrote, the quality of your work. And then the last bad thing about this course is that, well, although this is explained in a very clear way, I do feel still have some questions sometimes. But then again, like, when I have those questions, I can't really ask anyone. Basically, if you have any question, the only way to do that is probably you post it in the discussion forum, and hopefully someone can reply to it. But then again, like, that's the thing about online learning, is that most of the time you don't really have like interaction, two-way interaction with your instructor, right? So like it or not, well, if you have questions, you probably have to just, you know, cross your finger and hopefully someone can answer that. And now let's talk about my thoughts about this entire course. First of all, the whole course, well, they told us that this is going to last for less than 6 months. So when they said that it will last less than 6 months, I thought that it's going to like literally take about 5 months or 5 months and a half and stuff like that. Actually, I was lucky that I can finish it in just less than a month, because I'm actually not exactly like a beginner. I have a work experience already. I don't actually spend more time to like questioning things, or more like being confused and stuff. Like, it's pretty clear to me. So yeah, that's why I can actually do it faster. But of course, since it's an online course, like, you should take your time. Like, if you need like 1 month, if you need like 2 months, if you need the entire 6 months, then just go for it. Like, take your pace, read more, read all the reading materials that they gave you, and then if they complete all the activity that they gave you as well, compare with the activity and sampler that they have. Just, yeah, take your time and just make sure that you completely understand, because in my opinion, if you do not understand in the beginning of the parts, well, you're probably going to have problem in the next courses, because they're going to repeat the question. For example, if you're in the course 6, they're gonna ask you question that is from course 2 or course 3 and stuff like that. My second opinion about this course is that this course actually gave me a lot of confidence. Like, for example, for me, I know a little bit about user research, but I rarely done it, and even if I have done it, I'm not sure if my technique was correct. Enrolling in this course, it's actually giving me a perspective, like, okay, this is actually the way. It's like everything becomes so clear to me now. So it's like yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence. Like, when I say that I can do user research, I'm confident, like, yes, I can do it. And then the last thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that I would suggest you guys to have a website ready by the first course. Like literally, you can Google like which are the web hosting platform, like maybe you go to Wix or WordPress or whatever it is. Make that ready first, because in the final course, which is course 7, they actually require you to create your own portfolio website, like a legit website for your portfolio itself. So like it cannot be from Behance, it cannot be from whichever, because it has to be your website that has clear navigation and stuff like that, so that in course 7 all you have to do is just submit. Because if you don't do that then you're gonna take quite a long time to create your own website, finishing it and then submit it for the peer graded assignment. And I was pretty lucky that I can finish it earlier, because I already have my own website, like it's already up and running for quite a long time. And so all I have to do is just change some contents, include all the things that they tell you you have to include, and yeah, that's why I can finish it pretty fast. So yeah, actually I would recommend this course to you guys if you are really curious and you really want to learn about user experience design. I mean, I do feel like this course is not that much teaching you about user interface. Actually, like it does teach you like the basic, how you make a user interface, but I still feel like it's a bit more towards user experience. And I don't really recommend you guys to take this course just for the certificate, to be honest. If you have the certificate but you don't have the knowledge, then your potential employer is gonna expect a lot from you, and then the next thing you know, you don't know how to do a lot of the things that they teach you in this course. Yes, you get the certificate, but what's next? Like it's just sitting there collecting dust. So yeah, that's the reason why I really feel like if you guys want to learn this course, learn it properly, really understand it, move on to the next course only if you completely understand the whole things that they teach you. Yeah, that's actually all the review that I have for this Google UX design course. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this video is also beneficial for you. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.